Hey there YouTube, it's Creepers Rank, and today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing you a Batteryman deck profile, and I was really excited for this deck because I got all the, not all the pieces, but I got a large portion of them, and I really liked them when I was playing them on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and I was really excited to make a deck profile for it, and I got a new deck box, and it came with these things, these little divider mabobs, and I saw the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tubers or whatever, Yugi tubers or YouTubers using them on their deck profiles and stuff. So I figured why not. So let's just get rid of these things now and get right into the deck profile. So you run 3 Batteryman 9-volt. He is the Stratos of the deck. What he allows you to do is on his summon you can search out for another Batteryman monster and then add it to your hand, and that's really good to get your combo pieces off. If you get him into him first turn and you have a Call of the Haunted, that's super good because you can just special summon him back. 3 Microcell, because Microcell, when you set him, because you want to set him, and flip him face up, because you'll probably survive, because you have really strong traps. You get to special summon level 4 or lower Batteryman from your graveyard, not from your graveyard, from your deck, and that you're pretty much gonna go to your 9-volt, and then get all your combo pieces and all your combo plays off, and fill up your board with really strong monsters like Batteryman Charger. And Batteryman Charger, when you go for this play with Microcell, you're going to go for Charger. When you go for your 9-volt, and then you're just going to tribute off your Microcell, go into your 9-volt, and then you're going to go straight into your Batteryman Fuel Cell, because you special summon him from your deck, so, you know, all this craziness, you can just get him off. And he can only be special summoned by having 2 or more Batteryman monsters on your field. So that's there. And next Batteryman monster is Batteryman Industrial Strength. He is the last Batteryman that you're going to be running in the deck. And he's there because in this deck you run, you know, a whole bunch of Batterymen and a whole bunch of light monsters. So he says that you just have to, you know, remove from play 2 Batteryman monsters, and then you can just special summon him, and then his effect allows you to remove from play 1 Thunder type monster, and then you can destroy up to 2 cards on the field, 1 being a monster and 1 being a back row. So this card is super good in this deck, and it can set off a lot of your plays, but banishing a lot of your monsters can hurt this, so that's why you only want to run 1. Running any more than 1 could be a little cloggy. I could say you could possibly run 2, but I wouldn't recommend it. 2 card Ds. This is to, you know, get in your combo pieces, because you can draw 2 upon it. And having strong back row is really relevant, because if you just go into him and you don't have any other of your combo pieces, you could potentially lose. So having strong back row is essential for this deck, so you don't die. And then 1 Battle Fader, because again, having strong, you know, hand traps and stuff and actual traps is really strong, because using card D and having no other plays and having a Battle Fader is actually good, because your opponent could attack into you and you just special summon right into this, and then keeping you alive so that next turn you can go into your plays. Next up is a Construction Train Signal Red, because I don't have 2 Battle Faders. I unfortunately traded off one of mine to make the super budget Necroz deck for you guys and for myself, and I realized when I wanted to play the Batterymen, I had traded off my other one, and I was kind of upset, but then I just subbed this in. It's not as good as Battle Fader, obviously, because it only stops that battle, which a lot of people overlook, and they always think, oh, it's the battle phase or whatever, but it's only that battle, so running more than 1 is a good idea if you're going for these, but it only stops 1 battle, so that's the downside to it, but potentially he could stop an entire attack, because say your opponent only has 1 monster, and they're trying to like just poke for game with that 1 monster over again. Being able to stop that 1 battle can win you the games, and it actually has. So that's it for monsters. And next up, for spells, we run 3 Supply Squad. This is really good because comboing it with 9-volt is super strong, because with 9-volt, he destroys himself. It doesn't say send to the graveyard during the end phase or anything like that. He destroys himself. So, using that with Supply Squad just gives you free pluses, pretty much. and junk, so being able to just draw on your combo pieces off combo pieces is super, super strong, I think. So running 3 Supply Squad is necessary because you run 3 9 volts, and again, your monsters are going to be destroyed anyway by, some shenanigans that your opponent goes into, so it happens. So running 3 Supply Squad, regardless, is actually really strong for this deck, along with the 9 volts. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. 1 because Vanity is still a thing, and back row is getting stronger and stronger with each format to, fight against the new, top tier decks or whatever. So running 2 MST is really good because you can get rid of your opponent's back row and stuff like that, and rid of their vanities, because vanities can hurt this deck and stop you from, going into your combo plays, which uses a lot of special summoning. So MST2, you could run it at 3, but, that could take up space for other things. But, you can always make room for 3, and it can always work well. I like it at 2 because it's a little bit more consistent in this deck. 2 Dark Hole, because I don't have another Regeki, I would run another Regeki over the second Dark Hole, because you don't want to, run over all of your big plays, and then have another one that can only run over your big plays again. So I run 1 Dark Hole, which could potentially, give you more plays, because you can Supply Squad, and then Dark Hole, something that's dead on your field. Or you can just Regeki and go attack for game. But you guys know from my Gear deck profile that I only have 1 Regeki, so running 2 Dark Hole is better than not running anything that can, pop monsters from the field. So as soon as I get my hands on another Regeki, I'm taking out 1 of these and popping in Regeki. 2 Pot of Duality to, again, draw into your combo pieces, which is a big part of this deck, because this deck is OTK oriented, so you need to get in your combo pieces as quickly as possible and just push for as much damage as you can. So running 2 Pot of Duality is good, because not all the time are you going to be special summoning, so if you don't have your play set up, you're obviously not going to be able to you're not going to be special summoning that turn. So Pot of Duality just lets you get in your combo pieces, and then lets you set up for next turn. You'll most likely survive, because you run a lot of strong traps in this deck. 2 Monarch Stormforth. Ew. Monarch Stormforth is in here because, you're going to be tributing for your charger, and being able to get rid of your opponent's monsters so you can get into your own combo pieces is just super broken in this deck, I think. To just, say, buy to a Dante or something like that, and then go into yours so you can just do a whole bunch of shenanigans and then attack for a load of damage is super good. I don't have them right now, obviously, that's why I'm using tokens as proxies. So my friend's gonna trade me those because he has to. I would run 3, but my friend drove me towards running Card Advance. I think that Card Advance could be on the same level as Monarch Stormforth, because it allows me to not only, tribute again, but allows me to stack my deck for more plays. And that is really, really good, I think, because being able to set up your plays for the next 5 turns, I think, is just fantastic, because you can know what you want to play and know how to set it up so you can work around your opponent's field. So I think that's super strong. And with that idea, I've been thinking about building Sylvans, but I don't have that many, so I'll have to see what I do for that. But I like the idea of setting up and all that stuff for the next couple turns to get around your opponent's field. Next up is for traps. 3 Call of the Haunted. I think it's essential because you have to get into your 9 volts and a lot of your other combo pieces that are probably dead in the grave right now. And having 3 Call of the Haunted gives you access back to those, and being able to just keep cycling your combo pieces is just super, super strong. 2 Breakthrough Skill. I think it's self-explanatory, just to stop shenanigans like Levolval Chain or something like that, or Dark Law for a turn. It's really strong in this deck to just stop effects that could, potentially hurt this deck a lot. 2 Fiendish Chain, because I was trying out Mind Crush, but, I was thinking about the aspect of, a lot of the decks are going to be adding from the deck, to their hand, and that potentially is, Mind Crush is potentially a very strong trap, but for me, I didn't think it was, because this deck is very OTK oriented, and being that you're just going to be pushing for a lot of damage in the turns, so I didn't really think of getting rid of hands, stuff from their hand or anything. I really was just trying to negate stuff and stop them from attacking me so I can just keep going for my combo pieces. But if you want to check these out for Mind Crushes, do it, because it's still a good trap and all. But I didn't like it personally for this deck, so you can go either way, Phoenix Chain or Mind Crush for you. One Mirror Force, because I think it's a little bit stronger than Deep Prison right now, because while yes, you can get rid of your opponent's monsters and stuff like that by removing them from play and stopping their grave effects like Shaddoll's and shenanigans like those decks, being able to clear entire boards real quick is actually really strong. So I just thought one Mirror Force, and maybe you could throw in, take out the Phoenix Chains again or something like that for 2 Deep Prisons or whatever. The traps are, pretty customizable to your liking, but 3 Call of the Haunted is necessary, I think, and 2 Breakthrough, because, you need to be able to stop your opponent very quickly. 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Ring Destruction, because it's back, and it's a strong trap in my eyes, and I figured I have one, why not put it in here and use it. And then the 1 Bottomless, because, again, strong traps. For the extra deck, I figured you don't really go into it a lot, because when I tried it out in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, the extra deck I built, I literally only went to a very few on a very small amount of them. Tops, about 3 of them I went into, and I didn't even go into them often, and I figure I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of money on this deck, because again, I do like building budget decks, because 1, I don't have a lot of money to begin with, and 2, because I find that budget decks are a lot more fun to play than top tier decks, because they just seem to be very linear. While this deck is very linear, it's just so funky because you don't really see people playing Batteryman or anything. But I find them really, really fun and stuff, because I like seeing people's reactions or seeing what people say on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or whatever or anything. But I just really like them, and even if they are kind of linear, but I just don't like the top tier decks because they just do the same thing over and over again, and everybody builds them the same way, and I just find it very, very boring. Again, on the extra deck, 1 Gauntlet Launcher, because you do go into 6s. Photon Strike Bouncer, because I just think it's a super strong Exceed monster that you can go into with this deck. And, being able to stop opponents' effects that are super strong, and during either player's turn to be able to stop that, and then just deal them 1,000 burn, is super strong, I think. 1 Pleiades, because Pleiades, and you can go into him. Durandal, because I figure you can go into 5s if you really want to in this deck, and I had an ultimate that I thought was super pretty, and I put it in here because I figure his effect can work in this deck. Stopping traps and junk and doing a whole bunch of shenanigans with him is super strong, and I just thought it would be cool to have him in there. 61, Diamond Direwolf, and Rhapsody in Berserk, because, other Exceed monsters and stuff. Banishing other people's graveyards is really strong. But, yeah, guys. That is my Batteryman deck. I really like playing it and everything. You can go and build it on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or Dueling Network or in real life if you really want to. But, I recommend it because I like it because it's fun and it's just super funny to play. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I would like you guys to hit that like button as hard as you can and subscribe to my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Gaming videos. And as always, hope you enjoyed.